I think it was more like 2 or 3. But this is a swap cast with How to Die Alone and FTS. Pick it up now for the kids. Oh, yeah. Welcome, everybody.
This is happening.
It's FTS and How to Die Alone, Swapcast.
Yeah, we got
myself, Johnny B. And look, it's Stephen Henry. He's on the screen.
Hi.
And also David Wayne. Very, very suave looking fat man. It's not easy to do that. And of course, Matt Williams. Don't read his shirt. It's offensive to 3 white ladies in California. All right, we're good now.
We're finally gonna get some letters. By the way, like, to anyone watching How to Die Alone on YouTube, feel free to hit the subscribe button. It helps us a lot when you subscribe and follow us. There'll be a button bottom right. Hit that, or on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch. That being said, I wanted to lead off with the crazy story that happened to us. Johnny, you're gonna appreciate this.
I hope so.
I wish Amanda was here to talk about it. Not last episode, but the episode before, we talked about this. What all of us except for Amanda thought was a stupid product called the KeyPort Pivot. It's basically like the Ridge wallet, but for your keys.
Oh.
And Amanda was the only one who was like, I think this is great. I hope someone gets it for me for Christmas. And all of a sudden we got an email from the like the head of marketing or some dude who works for KeyPort who wants to send us one. As
her one specifically.
Her, yeah.
Right. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but like with keys, and you can get an outdoor one. It has like a knife on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
But, like,
so we were all
when
trashing
someone's
it,
using it. Yeah, well, like in the photo when they're using it, it looks like you're breaking into your own house because it looks like a lock picking kit.
How did the guy find out that you guys were talking about it?
So I tagged it on the YouTube video. I got the video up here showing the Swiss Army style key organizer. Which
I think Amanda just
like
wants
you're
to shove it down
breaking
her
into the
pants.
house. Like it looks like.
Man, it looks like I would lose that so fast. Like it has all the crap on it, so you don't lose it. But it's because it's so organized, I would lose it. Like I'm a 2-year-old. I need my keys to jingle and make noise. Like I need it to be a big cluster of just metal rings and stuff. That thing is so sleek. It would end up in the crevice of something, a couch, my belly, something where I would never find it again.
It's funny that you mentioned a crevice because we said that Amanda would be able to measure her suitor's dicks with it. Because it has a little ruler that comes with it. And the guy who sent us the sample said she cannot use it for that because it's got a sharp part.
Ooh.
He was like, we don't want any unintentional circumcisions from our product. So
yeah, most of our guys just measure with one of the keys.
Just wants a sensible penis.
Yes. I need somebody that's like a garage door key dick. That's all. Nothing big.
Just short and round.
Nothing crazy. We're not going for like Olympic caliber dick here.
Yeah, I'm like 4 regular keys, but I'm like 8 safe keys.
Really combination lock dick. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good. You'll like it.
It's like a master lock key. The rubber's at the bottom.
Yeah, so they called Amanda the sensible one out of all of us. So they're like hooking her up with like the deluxe package and like
it is insane.
Yeah, but I mean it was awesome for them, but it also kind of made me go, somebody's listening. Somebody unintentional.
Yes.
They just heard me trashing them.
So we were like, we should do like a whole thing where Amanda just trashes like a real doll, and we're like, no, those sound awesome. Like everyone should have real dolls.
Maybe we'll each get a $8,000 doll.
So the key to getting free stuff is just to link them onto your YouTube.
Apparently,
I think so.
What do we want for this show, fellas? You know what I've been looking at? Fleshlights. Oh my god!
We said the same thing. We're like, let's review Fleshlights.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I had a Fleshlight bought for me as a gag gift. This was like 6-7 years ago. I was doing another podcast and somebody was like, "Yeah, man, I'll send you a Fleshlight," and then I got a Fleshlight, and it was one of those things where
changed your life.
Well, no, it just sat like on my dresser in my room, and I would just like I would look at it every now and then and go, nah, man, I'm not gonna do that, right? And at the time, it was like I wasn't having a problem like in that department because I just split up with like my wife, and I was just like tearing through all these crazy broads on like this is like before Tinder. I was like on Plenty of Fish, just tearing through plenty of whales, right? And just I didn't care what they looked like or how dumb they were. It was just
fresh
like
young tuna.
Yeah.
I'm a whore. I'm a whore, right?
Yeah.
So,
You're out there for that breakup puss. Like
yeah. So I didn't need it, right? And then one day though, I got drunk and I went home, and that's what it took, right? I was like looking at it, I'm like, all right, let's see what this is all about.
What did it say to you? Was it finally like, Johnny, hey, we've shared a lot of tension these last couple months.
Yeah.
I've seen what you've been bringing in here, and you know what? How about you bring it? How about I bring you in here?
Actually, it was a replica of Lisa Ann's vagina, right? And
so you nailed Palin.
You can get, you can get like custom shapes.
Yeah,
Palin, Sarah Palin.
I don't know how to do that. Did they
change the texture inside?
But did they pour plaster inside their cooter? I don't know how they do it, right? But it's supposed to be like her cooch, right? So
hold on, imagine being like the guy at Fleshlight for research and development of that. He's got to like finger her and be like, all right, it's soft and fleshy here, and then it's like it's a little rigid on this side. It's like,
oh yeah,
he's doing this for research, ma'am. I'm not enjoying
if that's
this.
a polyp, but we're gonna put it in there.
They always the intern, they always blindfold the intern and give him a dick every single time.
Less gynecologist, more lock picker.
So fun. Yeah, but I'm
like, hey, why does this vagina have a prostate?
I can't get his last tumbler to go.
Oh no, this vagina farted on me, like a real fart with poop in it. You know, I'm like listening to Lisa Ann's voice coming out of this Fleshlight, and she's like, look, I weigh 1.5 pounds. I'm about 249 pounds lighter than what you're used to. Are you drunk enough to deal with this? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I did it one time, and then I ended up in a serious relationship afterwards, and she's still the same girl 6.5 years later. And it's like, it was so funny. She's like, did you use that? And I said, just one time, you know. Did you clean it? And I go, honestly, I just screwed the cap back on. I just set it back over there in the corner. I don't know if there's a kid developing in that thing. I don't know how realistic it is, you know.
You just see a Fleshlight crawling across the floor.
So here's the last memory of that Fleshlight. And so I ended up moving to South Tampa because my son had to play football for Plant High School because they don't recruit. And and I told the apartment complex, I go, look, I got to move in a week and a half. I know I'm supposed to give a 2-week notice. I said, but I'm going to leave the place spotless and everything. And they said, no, well, if you're leaving in a week and a half, you're not getting your deposit back. I was like, oh, I already cleaned the place. It's spotless, you know? And she's like, sorry. So I just left. I just unscrewed the Fleshlight, the top, and I left it face down in the center of the living room floor. That's what I
you like, and then just like stick it to the wood floor, just, like, right
to the wall like a plunger gun dart. Yeah, that's what I did. I left them that. I go, there you go.
Make it worth a deposit.
Wouldn't it be funny though if like the maintenance man walks in and he's like, Lisa Ann?
I got a new one for the collection.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The one I've been missing. I finally have.
All of his are used.
He's like, what is this? A 2008? Hell yeah, that's a good year.
He looks at it, it's only been used once.
You know what's funny?
Low miles.
I follow Fleshlight like on Twitter, like just for fun, right? From years ago.
Of course.
And they keep on coming out with all kinds of new gadgets, and it's always comical to me. Like I never look at it and go, yeah, that feel good on my dick. I always look at it and start laughing, but it's like brand new suck model, and it's like a lady lips, you know.
Yeah.
Like, what guy is like already using like several Fleshlights, and then he goes, oh fuck yeah, finally the suck model's out. Like who is that man? Like
he's like, thank God it's not steam powered anymore.
It's got a different dick feel.
My emails.
Yeah, there's no crank on it.
I always wonder if you break into somebody's house, and that's first thing you see is like 40 Fleshlights lined up in the living room. You go, Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like this, I don't want this guy to come home while I'm fucking stealing his TV. This is horseshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like he chases you out, and you like run into the sex swing and get tangled up in it.
You just hear the unzipping of the mask as he comes in. He's like, "Looks like you're in the wrong house, buddy."
Oh. Or he goes, "Oh my God, my obese man 4000 model just showed up and he's crying."
Oh my God.
Oh, those are real tears. They're salty. He's got like the fleshlights on a mantle, like people that collect beer steins. And
Yes,
shit.
exactly.
Like a frat bro.
One from every state in every state park.
Yeah, like every 40-year-old woman that collects shot glasses. Ooh, very unique.
Oh
my God, I love shot glasses. Everywhere I go, I get a shot. Shut up, whore.
It's got the
oh cool, it's got a
glory
little
hole shapes.
t-shirt on it, huh? Nice.
Yeah, it's got the shapes, Matt, like you said, from like every state park.
Oh, Key West, huh? Fuck off. How about that, Barb? Fuck off. Everybody's Barb to me lately too. I'm tired of Karen, so I'm just coming up with my own. Every white lady is Barb.
I think Barb's a good one.
Barb,
yeah.
I love that.
Barb, yeah, I like it.
Fuck off, Barb.
Yeah, you got
yeah.
the
There's
hard
things
butt.
I heard of like I've heard like comics talk. I guess there was one year like Just for Laughs or something. They gave all the comics like fleshlights, like including the women. I don't know, like, but like I've heard like.
Are you tired of your boyfriend?
Just
toss him the fleshlight.
Yeah. No, but I've heard like the cleanup. I've heard like the cleanup sucks because the comics will be like, yeah, I've used it like a couple times, but like you have to clean it afterwards. Like I don't feel like dealing with that. Like use my hand, you know.
You can just unscrew the cap.
I read that you could put it in a dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know why my spoons smell like jizz, but all my food tastes like bleach. Like fucking pool water. It's just so weird.
All I see is just like somebody putting it in the top shelf and it just oozing down onto like everything below it.
It's like Ghostbusters 2.
I didn't know they made silicone-based dishwashing fluid.
You start yelling at your wife, and the washing machine starts going go.
Oh,
dishwasher, Matt, not washing machine.
She used to sit on the washing machine. Now she sits on the dishwasher.
Hey, you let my son up. Hey.
Put it on pots and pans. I'm gonna get off.
We're going on a long wash on this one.
Oh yeah, because the dishwasher's not only warm, but it puts out steam. So
we're gonna soak this. Pre-soak.
The steam will spread the lips like you're opening an envelope clandestine style.
Gross. Stevie.
So Johnny, you were on How to Die Alone. What's it about? Like, what do they talk about? Is it like politics? I don't know what's going on.
A lot of people think we just give advice on suicide, but we're all alive.
You should get like some sort of Kevorkian like fucking endorsement. You know what I mean?
Well, we wanted to do
like the logo should be a sad old person and a syringe. That's what
the merch we wanted to do was the How to Die Alone outlet fork.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we also had the Faga hats.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do Faga.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly too well nowadays, folks.
Yeah, but it's not homophobic. It's fuck America's gaping asshole.
Okay. You just have to write that down there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I love about my podcast FTS, because people go, what does it stand for? And I said, think about it and get back to me in 2 minutes. And then like in a minute they go, I figured it out. I'm like, yeah, exactly. There's only so many things. It's either fuck that shit or fuck this shit. It's both of them.
Yeah, for some reason my brain put twat in that. It was like fuck, twat, shit.
That's fine
nice,
too.
John. Yeah, I was like, nice, Johnny, we did it.
It's like choose your own adventure book. Whatever you want. It's fine.
Yeah, fuck twat shit.
Fuck them shorties. All right, fine. I don't care.
Cool.
But the F is always going to be fuck, because we're twisted, horrible people. Everybody.
Yeah, and you should be able to say fuck. If you can't handle the word fuck, you're not going to handle the rest of what's going on.
I've had like this weird brain fog, and I looked it up. Like it's something that you get after COVID. It's almost like a concussion sometimes.
Mhm.
And I said fuck like twice on air this week on my FM show, and had to dump out of it. Had to dump out of it. Like I never do that. It's like I was just like, yeah, man. I made this Korean barbecue. It was so fucking good. Like what are we doing? What are we doing? Like it's so crazy. Yeah. So
there's the merch.
Okay. I like it. I really think, isn't it crazy though? Like no matter where you're at on the political spectrum, a red hat is immediately like everybody's
troublesome.
Like look, I got a red Bucks hat right here. I guarantee if I put it on, people are gonna be like, "This fucking." Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'd have to like
be like
see. They'd have to
be a
walk around
redneck like that's right, brother, and I'll be like, "Yeah, Bucks," and be like, "Oh, never mind. God damn it, I'm enjoying it."
Yeah, he kind of single-handedly ruined the red hat like OJ.
He's like Fred Durst.
Bronco. I wasn't talking.
Fred Durst.
I wasn't talking or
Turn it
anything.
backwards.
You know, he just.
Oh man.
Could you not hear me, Matt, or you just wanted to yell that out?
I got excited. When's the last time I got to yell Fred Durst at you?
I don't know. But I guarantee you, last time I wasn't already talking when it happened. So, but all right. Moving on.
There's an art to this, guys. It's not easy. All right. It's like playing tennis with 4 people and 4 rackets on one court. You know, just keep hitting the ball until somebody hits it too soon, and then it walks over somebody else.
Right. Oh, I went over the line and yelled.
Yep.
Well, you get 2 faults, right?
I don't know, dude. Do I look athletic? Come on.
You look knowledgeable.
I'm out of breath talking to you guys.
This is why we should be doing it in the same room, so Matt has the appropriate fear.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's very real now.
Social distance, everybody. No, I look. At least I can't give it to you now. Honestly, these antibodies are so great. Like I love them now that I've done it. You guys, none of you guys have had it yet, right?
No.
That you know
I should have had it. But
you may have.
I have not had it.
You don't know. Some people have 0 symptoms, so you don't even know.
No, I did the antibody test. We'll see. Like my roommate he was a COVID physician, and so he was like one of the first people that got it. And the day we knew he got it, I was like, he bought this big thing of like hand sanitizer, and I was like, dude, that shit stinks. Yeah. Like, he was like, it was lavender. I was like, yeah, well, it's straight up ass. And he was like, I don't smell it. And I was like, what do you mean you don't smell it? And that was the first day that we heard about the anosmia where you can't smell anything. And he's like, no, I can't smell anything. And he like went back into his bathroom and like sprayed some cologne and couldn't smell that either. Yeah. But that's like the worst he had. He didn't have coughing or anything else like that. But I was like, well, I for sure have it.
Yeah, the worst part was the weirdest part was the smell and the taste stuff, which we all like. The girlfriend, she had it too, and she's an RN, works in the COVID unit. So yeah, same thing. What the funny part was, she didn't know if she had it when I got it, so she had to quarantine because of living with me. Mm-hmm. So she like started running up like like, give me a kiss. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, if I'm gonna be quarantined, I want to get it too, just to get it over with.
Oh God.
I'm like, lady, you're nuts. You don't know how it's going to affect you. Some people, it just kills them, so what are you doing? She goes, I'll be fine. She ended up getting like pretty sick. But I'm like,
so, she was like a COVID bug chaser.
Yeah. So
she's like, I just want it, so I know I have it.
Right. But she did it. Yeah. She did it like, but we both did the smell and the taste thing. It was like 10 days, and it's still not all the way back. Like, I only got about probably 75% of my smell and taste back. And I read yesterday, Bryan Cranston, fucking Breaking Bad, he had it in March, and he said he still doesn't have all of his smell and taste back, which that's fucking horrible. You Chinese people that designed this thing, that's mean. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. Like, they knew where to hit us. They knew Westerners were fat as fuck, and they knew, how do we gonna get them? Oh, they like a food. So they're like, fucking hit them right where it hurts. Like, fucking, look, I'd rather fucking lose a limb than lose my taste. This is fucking horrible. Like,
I know.
I watch the Food Network all day long. This is horrible. Yeah. So, but anyway, back to the antibodies.
It's fucking like KC Masterpiece tastes the same as gas station barbecue to you now.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny though? Yeah. I was watching TikTok and they have all these young people that are positive and they're eating like onions and like whole cloves of garlic and all this. I'm like, damn, I should have done that. That would have been hilarious, but I'm not a fucking TikTok master. But the antibodies, the reason why I say it's beautiful, because like I'm going to do 2 shows tonight. And I don't have to worry about anybody. Like I told people, I'm giving handshakes and hugs after the show. I don't give a fuck. Like, I can't give it to you. You can't give it to me. You know, and then my girl's like, well, you know, it's flu season. You'll probably get the flu and die from it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You're such a buzzkill.
What I was thinking was that, like, everybody that's gotten it, they should give you, like, a badge or a patch to wear on your arm.
Yeah.
So that we all know that you got
I had a
COVID.
great idea for about...
Is that right?
I had a great idea for 30 seconds. I'm like, why don't they just put like a COVID tattoo on our forearm?
Yeah, the date you got it.
My buddy's like, you mean like a bunch of numbers maybe? I'm like, oh, fuck,
yeah,
no.
we'll just do
no, not like that.
What number are you like to get it? You're the 1,400,000.
Thought like you get like a little Covey, like, you know, a little Covey tattoo, like on your, you know,
Covey.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's just like a little crown. It's just like a little Covey crown.
Yeah. And then you're like, that way you walk up to somebody and you flash a Covey, they flash their Covey, you give them a hug, you're like, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Spit in each other's mouth.
Yeah, spit it.
Well, Johnny,
start making out.
I ain't gay, I'm just happy to be a Covey. Why you sucking my dick? I don't know. It's weird.
Is that the new handshake?
Going out to Coachella.
Oh, God.
Coachella. All right, I gotta go, guys.
Johnny, you do have to be careful though, because I read an article that like a lot of people are starting, like, well, it's not a lot, but like more people are starting to, like, I guess, get it again. Mm-hmm. You can like re-get it. So
here's the problem. And me being a barely a member of the media, I've learned to kind of understand where I'm getting my information, right? So every news outlet, doesn't matter which side or where they're at on the political spectrum or anything, they all have an agenda. They all have something that they're trying to promote or push. And a lot of it's fear, a lot of it's, conspiracy, some of it's a little of both. And I found that some news sources are trying to keep us scared as shit all the time. So it's like, all right, there's so many studies, like you could pretty much find your narrative in any study. Like you'll see studies masks don't work. They proved it. But it's like they tested 500 people in the Netherlands, right? So then you got people going, masks don't work. And then you got people are saying, you know, like you could catch it 3 times in a month, you know, but no, you can't, right? Like I live with the, you know, medical professional. The reason why they're finding that people look like they're catching it more than once from the doctors I've talked to, and I talked to the head epidemiologist at USF. I've had him on air, so I trust that guy more than I trust, you know, fucking Fox or CNN.
That fraud.
Right, this fucking professional asshole, right? But what happens is people get false positives a lot. You see it happening in the NFL where they go, oh, the guy got a positive, and then they go, well, test him again. Negative. He could play on Sunday. So if you get a false positive, then you just go home and quarantine. You don't retest. Yeah. And then like a month later, you get COVID again. And like, I had it twice. No, you didn't. You had a shitty test once.
Yeah. So because my girlfriend's also a nurse too. And where she works at, it's like an old person's like, it's not hospice, but like, it's like post-surgery and shit. Right? Yeah. They're just like, you're pretty much waiting until you're gone kind of thing. Right. Well, they had one person that came in and had been there for 30 days because they came from a hospital. They had to quarantine them. No one's been in there except for one nurse, and it tested negative. And then like week 4, it was like positive, and then came back negative again. She's like, how the hell did it test positive? I'm like, well, they're probably doing that to get money. You know, like, oh, we got 3 cases, so we need to send us money. So it was either false positive or they're trying to get funds was like my idea.
Do that. I don't, there's some, and I'm not like a red pill guy, but I don't trust a lot of shit, man. I really don't.
Oh, let's get into it, Johnny.
You know what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. Like I don't. I'm not a red pill guy. I'm kind of a pink pill guy. I sit on the fence and I don't trust anything, but I'm also
spit some truth.
But I'm not, you know, I'm not going to go, you know, fucking completely crazy either. You know what I mean? But
like, if you want to go in on the Bilderbergs and all that,
I'm not going full Alex Jones on your podcast. I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, I'm not a fucking moron that just believes everything I hear either. So when I got sick with it, right? It sounded like I was starting to rap. I got sick with it. Anyway, fucking. So Will Kuntz, my co-host, right? You guys all know him. He dabbled in comedy for a minute, for like 30 or 40 minutes. Dude, honestly, I'm not
minutes.
I'm not fucking with him though. He is a really good radio producer and a good co-host, and I mean he's been super solid. But he I guess he went on a Tinder date or something, went out to St. Pete, and then like we came back, and he's the only person in the studio with me. Like everybody else is like out working from home and stuff. And he's like, I don't feel good, man. And I go, you better get tested. We both had already been tested probably 6 times since March, like for just being around somebody, exposure, whatever. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to get tested. So he comes back the next day. He goes, yeah, I got tested. I'm negative. I go, cool. So a couple more days go by, and he goes, I still don't feel good, man. And I go, that sucks, man. Well, the weekend comes, and I have a show at Punta Gorda, outdoor show at the Celtic Ray. And it's me, Kyle Roos, Michael Murillo, Max Doyle, you know, all the normal, and then a bunch of like people showed up. But it was outdoors. I'm on stage. I am sweating. It was like 65 degrees that night. I'm sweating like profuse, like just pouring sweat. My body's hurting, and I'm like, I guess I always just like I just discount all my ailments to being a fat person, right? So
right.
I go, man, my body hurts. I go, I must have slept crooked. I'm overweight. This is normal. And then
well, you probably had a few beers too. You're like, yeah, I drank tonight, so I'm sweating. It's just the beer. It's making me warm.
Yes, exactly, right? My stomach felt kind of yucky. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have drank that strong ass beer. So on the way home, I get a text message from Will. He goes, yeah, I tested again today. I'm positive. I'm like, motherfucker. So the next day I go get tested at this like little strip mall, like in Plant City, because it was like, yeah, we do test with no appointment for $40. I'm like, okay. I go there. They're like, yeah, you're negative. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. The next day I'm on air. It was the election, and I'm doing like an election coverage show, like 4 other radio.
Oh God.
Right. I know. Well, I'm just clowning on everybody. I don't give a shit. They were paying me to do it, so I did it. And I'm one of these guys that's like, it doesn't matter who's elected. We're all gonna die anyway. So fucking, I'm eating a bowl of chicken soup because I'm not feeling good. And like halfway through the bowl, I'm like, does this need salt? And I'm like, oh fuck, I can't taste this soup. Oh, so the next day I went to like a legit like walk-in clinic. I went to an Advent like urgent care, and they do the PCR 20-minute testing where they go all the way up into your brain. And the guy walked back in, and he's like, oh, you're positive. You're totally positive. And he's like this young male nurse. And I go, you sound positive about me being positive. I go, is this how you normally tell people they're positive? He goes, oh man, you're fine. And I go, I'm morbidly obese, bud. And he goes, this is what the guy said. He goes, oh, I'm looking at you. And I go, what the fuck is that? So I said, should I go to the hospital? I'm thinking, call an ambulance. I got COVID. I'm going to ICU. The guy goes, no, man, just go home, man. Watch some Netflix for like 10, 14 days. You'll be fine. I go, really? And he goes, yeah, I mean, if you start feeling real sick, go to the hospital. He goes, your vitals, I mean, you're a big guy, but your blood pressure, everything looks good. You'll be all right. And I'm like, whatever. But, I mean, it was weird, but yeah. So I got the negative on Monday, got the positive on Wednesday. So it's very strange how these things are. So I don't know.
Some people are like asymptomatic, and I'm just like,
that's the scary part. Yeah. My son got it. He was days, but he's in a fraternity. They all got it. Like everybody in the frat house got it. And I knew it too.
They were all with the same girl.
Yeah. He was at home until September. He went back to school, and I go, hey buddy, enjoy getting COVID. By the way, don't come home till Thanksgiving. All right. And he goes, whatever, dude. Like 2 weeks later, he's like, I got COVID. I'm like, I know, motherfucker. I told you it was going to happen. So the beauty of it, Thanksgiving, 5 people in my home, 4 of us, Covies. So nobody had to worry about shit.
Yeah.
Herd immunity.
It was all Barb's fault.
You guys were just
Barb's.
You guys were just double dipping chips and shit. Doesn't matter.
It don't matter. Sorry, I got text messages from bookers.
I didn't do
you guys get that, right? You guys get booked. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I've had 9 shows since March, and I'm bragging. Yeah, I'm fucking killing it.
I mean, they're different kind of shows. It's not like, hey man, I need to do 10 minutes for being on stage for free. Are you available for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know shows that I used to like almost scoff at. Now I get super excited for, you know, like couple of weeks ago. It's like, hey man, do you want to do a comedy show at a strip club? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that in January. I'm excited.
It's actually fun. The place, the whiskey over there in Seminole, like the bartenders, the managers, everything, they're really cool. And the girls, there's some pretty damn hot girls there, and they actually liked comedy. It was weird that like they didn't do any stripping while the show was going on. All the strippers sat around with the customers and watched the show. It's very odd, right?
Wow.
It's like date night, but
Well, I wouldn't want the strippers up there. No one's gonna listen to a damn thing you're saying.
Yeah.
unless there's some busted ass strippers and it's just a roast.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's scary stuff. And then like what, 4 days later, I did a show at a barbecue place, and then apparently I did so well they just shut the show down after that. They just canceled all the other shows. It was like, all right,
No.
yeah.
We will never recreate this magic, nor will we give it a chance.
Well, I was roasting everybody in the place. Like I made fun of their mac and cheese and everything. It was horrible. Yeah. So yeah.
You call this barbecue and you pull out like your own like fucking rack of ribs and shit.
Well, you guys know I do barbecue
I
competitions.
know,
and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So when I went into the place, I was excited because I heard all about how good it was. And
Yeah.
so I said, where's your pit master? And they said, well, our chef is here. And I go, I want to see your chef. I said, I want to know more about this. You know, now I'm putting on my Guy Fieri glasses, right? I'm like, let's talk to the chef. I want to go in the kitchen, right? And
He weighs 125 pounds. You're like, get the fuck out of this goddamn
Flavor Town, baby, right? So it's
Who are you speaking to? You're speaking to the mayor of Flavor Town.
So this lady comes out and she's like, so I'm the cook and everything. I heard you really know what you're doing and everything. And I go, I mean, I've been around a little bit. I go, I want to taste your food though. I'm really excited about it. I go, I'm not obviously going to eat everything on your menu. I said, give me your best side and your best protein. And she's like, oh, I know what you want. You want my pulled pork and my mac and cheese. I go, that sounds good as hell. Let's go. And the pulled pork was good, but the mac and cheese was just like, you know, kind of bland. And I didn't say it to her because that's rude.
Yeah.
I said it to the bartender who listens to my radio
You
show.
said it on stage to the whole place. No, I'm
Well, eventually, like, so I said it to the bartender. I go, man, this mac and cheese is whack, yo. It's like got no flavor, man. It kind of needs salt, needs cheese and mac and cheese. And she's like, oh, that's disappointing. So I guess she went back and told everybody. Like, all the employees were walking up to me like before I even got on stage. They're like, sorry about the mac and cheese. I don't know what happened. Normally it's good. I'm like, what the fuck? I told one person, right? So then I saw the chef. She was walking through the room and I saw her and she just looked at me like she was sad and then she just left. She left the whole place. Like
They let her go that night.
Off. Maybe she quit. I don't know. So then I got on stage. I had like 6 beers in me and I started fucking roasting people.
So you single-handedly not only killed the comedy shows there, you shut down a restaurant.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, the head chef walked out like, I'm not doing. That was the owner. Well, I guess you own it now, Johnny. This is your restaurant.
If it would have been a Japanese restaurant, he would have killed himself in front of me right there.
Just
right on
right
on the hibachi.
I'm like, that's the best thing that's happened all night. Holy fuck.
Oh,
Wasabi on him and get him out.
Flick one of the shrimp over here.
I mean, you know, like we've been fortunate enough to at least still be able to do shows.
Yeah,
you know, but there's so many people moving here now. There's so many new comics, like established comics from other places. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Everyone shits on Florida man. No. You're not gonna come down from New York or LA. Fucking go your ass Chicago or some other shit.
Well, it's funny because they come down, they're like, so New York is dead, and I'm like, well, fucking, why is that our problem? Like,
yeah. Same thing with California. Like, everybody's leaving California because it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Rogan moved his whole fucking.
They're all Austin. Everybody I think is going to Austin is where.
Yeah, I heard Steve Byrne. He was on the Mike Calta show the other morning, and ended up being like the clip of the day where he compared LA to a hot girl from Vegas. He's like, yeah, it's good to look at, but they're damaged inside. There's no good. Like, yeah. So, like,
wow.
It's just not attractive. Like, why would you even want to live in California now? Like, the whole state's on fire. It costs, so much to live there. You can't even live in a studio for a couple grand a month. And then they're locking everybody in their homes and everything while the governor is out, eating 5-star food,
partying.
12 people, it's like,
well,
yeah.
The funny thing is that at the beginning of COVID, fucking a governor or a mayor or something came out and there was a high school team in California that had the name that's on Matt's shirt. And he was like, we got to change that right now. And I'm like, there is a fucking pandemic and you're worried about the name of a high school football team.
Yeah, well, all that started going on, and it's like 100% virtue signaling, all of that. Same thing with the Washington team, you know, and people, they can disagree with me if they want, but that was 100% corporate money. That was all that was pressure because Pepsi, FedEx, I'm trying to think, there was like 4 companies all came out and basically told Daniel Schneider, the owner, we're pulling out if you don't change that name. And it had nothing to do with like protecting like the feelings of Native Americans. They wanted everybody to know we give a shit about people. That's why you should use us to deliver your packages, and you should drink our fucking horrible soda that's killing everybody. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, I did a whole like 2-hour segment where I just had Native Americans calling into my show.
Yeah.
I said, I want to know how you guys really feel, because I have a feeling that this is overcorrection. Like, I would say 99% of there was one lady that was like, it kind of bothered me. Everybody else was like, man, we thought it was awesome, man. They're honoring Native Americans on a football team. That's cool as hell. There's not one other ethnicity that gets that honor. That is great. And I'm like, oh, you're not mad? They're like, no, this is stupid. What are they going to name them now? It's going to be horrible. I'm like, okay, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to do a bit.
It's a relatively old article, but still.
Yeah. Back when like when everyone was like mad at the Confederate flag, I was like, you know, whatever your feelings are about it. But I was like, no one's ever asked the Native Americans how they feel about the American flag.
Right.
Like, you know, that we kind of, I don't know, almost killed their entire, you know, race of people. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a flag. Like,
I know, but
yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know, but we'll praise that. We fucking fly.
It. I mean, it's not like
the name of the football team's offensive, but not the people holding the flag during the national anthem. That's
Davey. It's not like the flag has smallpox on it or anything.
Oh,
yeah. Man. Yeah, those are blankets. We should outlaw blankets.
Oh my God. I know I saw a photo of the whole family Thanksgiving dinner this year. The whole family was dressed like half of them were pilgrims and the other ones were wearing like headdresses. Like, and I'm like, I'm not offended by that, but I promise you, there's a bunch of people.
Somebody white is going to be offended by that.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Like I can see the ladies that are upset by this. I can tell. There's a few guys too, but they definitely have some estrogen rolling around in there. But you could just tell they're looking at that going, "Oh no way, you can't do that." Like we got to
barbs.
We got to calm the fuck down a little bit. Like you said, you know, they're worried about in the middle of a pandemic about, you know, a high school football team. Like, what are we doing? Let's prioritize things here, folks. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, well,
it's just like yesterday they passed the bill to decriminalize marijuana, but we can't get a fucking stimulus package.
Well, they're not going to pass it. It'll never get through the Senate.
It won't.
Yeah, it's all posturing at this point. It'd be nice if it would be nice if we could all just agree that it's fucking stupid to lock people up for weed. You know, it's really dumb, but you know, that's all.
But I mean, like they're trying to pass that bill and it's like, well, why don't you figure out for the past, I don't know, 7-8 months, no one's been working.
Right.
Not no one, but like the people that haven't been working, they probably need to pay bills. So,
well, because it's like the mafia, right? It's like, they'll pass it, but they need to get some other things done too, you know. And it's like, okay, you want this? Well, we're gonna need to put a little bit of this on that too. So it's like, have you seen how these bills are? It's like most nonsensical attachments. It's like, all right, so we're gonna get $22 trillion for stimulus. 1 billion of that is gonna go to taking care of azaleas. What?
Yeah.
Did you just say? A plant? You know, like, it's just stupid shit. We need some of this. What did you see? I think part of the weed bill they put in like for saving big cats or something. Like, huh? I don't know, are we talking about pussy right now? Like, this isn't not even the same. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know,
yeah,
it's stupid. Yeah.
They try to slide in on the back end. They try to like add their own little
ton of them.
And the thing that's crazy is they'll talk to the senators about like, hey, what about this part of the bill? And they're like, well, I didn't read the bill. And it's like, that is your entire job. What do you mean you didn't read the bill?
Well, I read the headline. I didn't read the bill.
That's all I do. Bullet points, man. Can you send me bullet points? A lot of shit to do here.
I was like, actually, this one was from the NRA.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got to make sure their constituents or whatever they're called are happy too. Because it's like, well, we gave you a bunch of money while you were campaigning, so when that bill comes through, make sure we're allowed to dump sludge into the ocean.
Don't forget who your friends were.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm telling you, dude, that's how it is too. It's like both sides are like, okay, well, we'll give you this, but you got to give us that, and we got to give you this. Meanwhile, some lady that works at Denny's is like, you know what? I got to try to sell my bed so that I can get some food on the table here. While these rich assholes are fucking, going back and forth on little fucking needs and wants of their side and everything. It's all fucking gay. Why did it turn sad all of a sudden?
Give them all the mac and cheese.
I want to go back to fucking Fleshlights.
Yeah, let's have a fucking Fleshlights.
Okay.
Well, hey, Johnny, are you a big? I mean, this is a rhetorical question, but big Bucks fan. Have you gotten back in the stadium yet?
No, I had kind of an opportunity to, but it was right at the end of my quarantine, so I didn't want to really risk it. But no, I would totally go now, like 100% with these antibodies. But no, I would like to go, especially now it's cooled off. Like even when I was a season ticket holder, a lot of times I wouldn't go to the first couple of games because you're just out there baking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One year when I first moved here, I got them because I've been a Bucks fan forever, but from Virginia. So when I first got here, I got them 300 section. This is way back in the day.
That's where my season tickets were, way up in the nosebleeds. Yeah.
And it was where the sun is on your side. So you go to the preseason games. I'm out there in August, and I'm like, this is a bad idea. I have to walk up all these stairs, and water costs more than beer. But but you get a discount. You're a season ticket holder. I'm like, why is water more than beer?
Yeah, for about 2 years, I had the major hookup. I canceled my season tickets because I ended up a buddy of mine was the team photographer, so they gave him club seats every week, and he didn't like the Bucks. He just worked for him, so he's like, you want my club seats? I'm like, yeah, I want your club seats. So we went to every game in the club section, but the problem is you think, oh man, I'm saving these tickets were $180 face value, but you go there, and I remember taking one of my best friends, and I said, I'll get the first round. I got 2 beers and 2 hot dogs, and the guy goes, $48, and I go, oh no, I'm sorry, bud, I didn't say people behind me in line. I said 2 beers, 2 hot dogs. He goes, I know, man, $48. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so it's expensive, man, to go to a game. It's really, really stupid. And that's why you got
to tailgate. You got to get there early and just. Yeah.
I like that that's the best part about any of those situations. The concession stand guys, I know.
Oh yeah,
I get this all day.
Yeah, what's crazy is they're making what the price of one soda costs. You know what I mean? An hour. They're making $7.25. And they're the drink's $8. And I'm like, how many did I sell a day? But you only pay me this a whole hour.
It's funny.
Crazy.
My older brother, when I was a teenager, my older brother, he's 3 years older than me. He got a job selling sodas at the Bucks game. Walking around with a fucking carrier and stuff. And he would make maybe $40 every game. And I go, what are you doing, dude? And he goes, what do you mean? I'm going to every Bucks game. He goes, I barely even walk around. He goes, I set the damn thing down and I watch the game. I'm getting in for free. And I thought he was a genius, dude. We grew up poor little white kids in the ghetto. Yeah. So he goes, I drink the drinks, right? They don't even look at me. I'm drinking sodas. I sell some every now and then. Hell, I even stole some of the money. And then I get free. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Well, I mean, the margins are so good, and the owner's probably just fucking so hopped up on coke that he doesn't even know.
Yeah, and this is old school. This is the Culver House era. They didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Fucking guys walking around with this high water orange slacks on, fucking, hating the fact that he has to employ black people on his team because he's so racist. And my brother's over there fucking drinking fucking Pepsis. He don't give a shit, Yeah, it was.
Wait, was this the sombrero back in the old stadium?
Dude. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So fucking great. Yeah, we had season tickets at the old sombrero for a while. My family did. And I remember my dad bitching because it's they're raising them up to $20 a ticket this year. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, $20 a ticket. You got to pay $25 to park, down the road. So the cheapest though. Do you remember the Tampa Bay Bandits?
No.
there was a league. Now you guys are young. There was a league in the 80s called the USFL, and it was actually owned by Donald Trump. And it was like it rivaled the NFL. It was really good. A lot of like really big players played in the USFL. I mean, you know, guys like Doug Flutie and, you know, Reggie White, a lot of like Walter or what's his name? Yeah, that guy. But a lot of like famous NFL players played in the USFL. We had the Tampa Bay Bandits, who was partly owned by Burt Reynolds. That's how they got the Bandit name. And they were champions, dude. Like we won the USFL championship.
Dope.
It was awesome. So you'll see a logo once in a while. Hold on 1 second. Oh, hold on.
Hold on, Johnny.
This logo better have a goddamn mustache on it. That's all I'm saying. Does he have a mustache? Oh no. Okay.
Oh,
84.
awesome.
That's the year I was born.
It's 1984, baby.
That's awesome, dude.
Anyway. No, you know what's not awesome? The fact I don't wear this shirt.
Because it's a medium.
I'm too fat.
Oh yeah.
No, people buy me stuff. They're like, "Hey man, I got you this 3XL." Yeah, from China, dude. That's American medium. I can't wear this.
Yeah.
But it looks good in my closet.
When you stretch it out, it becomes a see-through shirt too.
Nice off the top. That's very nice. Yeah, but
for Johnny's wet T-shirt contest.
But I remember Tampa Bay Bandits. It was they had a 4-pack of tickets in the end zone for $19.99, and it also came with a voucher. You got a free soda and a hot dog, all 4 of you.
What?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wait, did they play in the same stadium?
Yeah, it was the old Sombrero. Same thing.
Wow.
See, and people thought Trump didn't do anything good.
I'm telling you, dude.
He made an awesome football.
He made football great again. It was awesome.
Dude, I was hoping it would have just been Bucko Bruce, but instead it was fuck. What's his name? Who'd you just say? On the team?
Trump?
No, not Tom
Burt
Selleck.
Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt.
Sorry, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, he would be at the games too, and like waving from the box the way he does it. Doak Campbell for Florida State. He's like, I used to go to a lot of Florida State games, and then every now and then you'd hear the announcer go, "If you look up into the East box, there's Burt waving at everybody," and he'd be like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hey, fuck off, Burt." And give a fuck. Yeah.
So do you have to do you get recognized frequently, Johnny?
I mean, more than I used to. Like probably in the last 2 years, it's starting to ramp up. But look, I know it's only because I'm so identifiable physically. I'm just like a big, horrible. I look like, stupid. I look like one of those punching bags that you blew up when you were a kid. So it's a horrible bowling pin shaped man walking around with a misshapen head.
Like the inflatable guy from Big Hero 6, but with a goatee.
Kind of like that, yeah. So that's how I get recognized. Is I'll be and somebody will look at me and go, "Look at this fat motherfucker." Oh, that's Johnny B. Yeah, that's how it happens. It's like, yeah. But it does happen. It's pretty cool. So the radio stuff's helped out big time with that. So
well, like what about when you're dealing? Like when you're dealing. Because, like, I mean, they might not know you, but then when you start talking, they're like, I know that voice.
That's what happens a lot. This young kid was on my table a few months ago, and he goes, "Man, you remind me of, like, my favorite radio guy." And I'm like, oh, he's going to tell me, like, Bubba or Calta or somebody. And I go, "Yeah, who's that?" And he goes, "You're listening to Johnny B at night?" And I go, my favorite thing to do in that situation is shit on myself as hard as I can. So, like, I go, "Ugh. That's who I remind you of?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, you're funny just like him." I go, that guy's not funny. First of all, that guy's a fat piece of shit." And he's like, "Jesus, dude. Like, that guy's awesome. He's a comedian." I just said
he's my favorite radio guy. And you're like,
and he just shit his pants.
And no, but then this guy starts like trying to pitch me to me. He's trying to help me out. Like, he's trying to win me over to me. So he's like, "No, man, this guy's like a comedian," and he's like he's like a chef, and like he's just like he's a single dad and does a great job with this. I don't know why you're being such an ass. Like, you should really give him a chance. Like, he's really a good guy. And I'm like,
he works at a casino. Oh shit! And then like hits him. No.
I'm like, that's what I was thinking too. Like, this guy knows my whole fucking bio. He should know my shift and know he's on my table. But I did it for probably 20 minutes. I was like, whatever, dude. You like what you like. I think the guy's horrible. I think he's a hack. I think he's just obnoxious. And his laugh makes me want to barf. And
so you You were both just being honest about how you felt about Johnny.
Yes. And then like right before I get tapped out of the table, somebody walks by and they're like, "Johnny B, what's going on?" Then the kid looks at me and goes, "I knew it." And I was like, "Oh man." So
this turned out wholesome. You didn't fuck him, did you, Johnny?
I didn't. Well,
Could have.
I gave him a Johnny B Show bracelet thing, and so any girl that saw that on his wrist didn't fuck him. So in that respect, I fucked him. So poor kid.
Fucked him over, yeah.
It is weird though. There's gonna be people at Snappers tonight excited to meet me, and all I think is, you guys got to get your shit together. Like there's so much better out there. Like, what are you doing? Like, have you guys never heard of David Wayne? Have you not been to a show? Like, what's going on? Stupid.
No, but it always is weird. Like I've always like, it is kind of weird when people do like say that stuff too, because I've been recognized. Like I'll be at a show and I didn't go up, I'm just hanging out, and then people will be like, "Hey, how you doing, Dave? I haven't seen you in a while. When's your next show?" And I'm like, "What?" Like I'm like, I'm a fucking host. Like how? Like, you know what I mean? It's just weird. So I imagine at like a headline level, I don't know if you get used to it, but
it's cool. No, I mean, it's awesome. Like I love it. Like I'm not one of these people. It's like, whatever, dude. Like it'll always be awesome to me if they like what I do, because I mean, that's, we don't make a lot of money doing this shit. We don't have a Netflix special. So, I mean, I know most of us, we entertain because that's what we do. We like it. We love it. Like that's, I want to get up there and make people laugh. It's a thing.
This whole
Just want to be
podcast,
mistaken for David Wayne.
this whole podcast has been nothing but a fucking cost to me.
dude,
so.
you know how many times you know how many times I get, especially like Calton now's dabbling in stand-up. I'm like, stop it, dude. Like I've already getting compared to you so much. Like,
yeah,
we get it. We get
it. You're brilliant. Stop this, okay? Yeah.
You're a dynamo, kid.
He was doing like a live anniversary thing at Side Splitters, and so many people, like 2 or 3 people, come up to me that night and were like, "Hey man, I love your show." And I'm like, "Oh, you listen to the podcast?" They're like, No, your morning radio show." I'm like, "I'm not Mike Calta." Like, it's the nose, dude.
Dude, you should have got your dick sucked before you told him. You know what I mean? What are you doing?
David, to see your girlfriend with you and you're like, "Oh my God, is that your side piece?"
Yeah.
No.
It's like hearing Johnny go, "No."
No, it's weird getting recognized to me, like, because like I haven't done that much, but like it's weird because what happens is I have no idea who the people are, and usually when I meet people, I know who they are. Like when they come up and they say hi to me, they're like, "Oh, hey Steven," like I recognize them, but like because they see me from like a sea of people, I don't know them.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, and it's funny too, like when you don't expect, like I was picking up like my medication at like CVS, and like the pharmacist was like, "So how's it going today, bud?" And I go, "Pretty good, man. Just small talk." And he goes, "Johnny B, Eloquist. Who knew?" And I go, "What the fuck, man? Like, is that gonna take away from my clout?" He's like, "I thought this guy was like some sort of super entertainer. He's on blood thinners. What a fucking asshole, fucking guy can't even keep blood clots from killing him. What a fucking piece of shit." I'm why the guy.
You ain't so tough.
Yeah, I don't know why the guy turned into the mafia. But yeah, it's so funny. Or like I'll be out eating something, and like we did that. God, this is like 3 weeks ago. We were at this like craft brewery place, and the guy walks up and he's like, "Yeah, man, you guys need menus, anything like that?" Then he kind of stops and pauses, and he's staring at me. And I'm like, well, he either knows who I am or he wants to fuck, or both, right? So I end up ordering like the triple burger, and he goes, "I knew you'd get the burger, man." I go, "How did you know I would get the burger?" And I'm like, all right, now he better know who I am, because now he's an asshole, right? He's like, now he's just like, "You fat piece of shit," right? Because I got the triple bacon burger. He goes, "I knew you get that. I knew you get that." And I'm like, why did you know that? And he goes, "You're Johnny B." And he just walks away, and I go, "Okay, all right, okay." Number one, I'm flattered. That makes me happy. Number two, I don't have to flip a fucking table over in this place and make a scene, So.
Yeah, that got it now how close he was to death. Like you were like, wait.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I like how almost every interaction you have, Johnny, is like quasi-sexual. Like,
yeah, it is. The other
that
cool
guy on the radio, love him. His fucking voice.
The other cool one. Sometimes people recognize me without seeing me. That's the coolest part, right? If they know your voice. I went to a Dunkin' Donuts in like Bradenton, and I just ordered a coffee, and I said, yeah, let me get an extra large hot coffee. And the guy goes, are you Johnny B? And I went, did you know that from my order? And he goes, no, your voice. And I'm like, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't know that. You didn't order the triple cheeseburger with bacon here, Johnny. We didn't know.
That's not his go-to order. The triple cheeseburger.
If I would have ordered 2 dozen donuts for there, not to go, and he'd be like, are you Johnny B? That would have been funny.
Yeah, I'll be in a minute. I just want to give you guys time to prepare them. I'm in the drive-thru now, but I'm coming in the lobby. Have them ready on at my table, please.
And then once in a while,
you know the table.
Once in a while, I'll get hooked up. I was leaving Port Charlotte doing a show, and I was stopped at like a racetrack gas station and got a coffee. And sometimes it's people you wouldn't think even listen to your radio show. This was looked like a lesbian 20-year-old Puerto Rican girl, right? Like she looked straight out of like Orange Is the New Black. And I walk up to the counter with my coffee, and I'm just trying to get home, with caffeine. It's like, midnight. And she goes, yeah, Johnny B don't pay for coffees in this place. And I went, I just stopped. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And she's like, be whole for life. And I'm like, what? And I wanted to hug her. I was like, that's the fucking coolest thing ever. Yeah, it was awesome. I drove home all giddy, and I was like, God damn, 20-year-old.
I don't even need the coffee now. I'm so high off of that alone. You know what I mean?
That was a demo I never knew I had, baby. That was awesome.
It's like, I'm going to stay in the car going over the Skyway now.
I was like, orange is a new fat. Hell yeah. Nice.
Oh man, I got a free poke bowl once. That was my biggest.
Fuck yeah,
dude! Those things are amazing.
Yeah.
There's because
the guy recognized me from a cover room.
So
makes sense.
This is almost the gayest thing I've heard in a while,
And then I fucked him.
Just saying, you got a free poke. A poke sounds like a gay, like poke, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's like a little too on the nose. Like it would be in a really bad movie.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, Mark, give me a poke, and they're like, oh, is that so? Right there in the bathroom.
That's like a line from one of the new Adam Sandler movies.
The Netflix only.
Yeah.
It's like Rob Schneider saying that.
A little poke did it. Oh.
Yeah, it's either Adam Sandler or Rob Schneider saying it.
Yeah, Rob Schneider.
One of his voices. Look like he gave little poke. Guys in every movie. Brilliant.
Yeah, I heard he's not the nicest of person.
I've never worked with him. You know what's funny though? A lot of those old SNL or like sketch guys get a that kind of a rep. I know like I was gonna work with Tommy Davidson, and several weeks before the date, everybody I talked to was like, "That guy's a fucking piece of shit." I'm like, "What? Really? He seems so nice on
everything."
And they're like, "No, that guy's a fucking prick, man. He had like 2 of his hosts he just had ripped off and it's replaced like immediately." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, he's like, that was really fucking weird. But I never worked with him, But the sweetest SNL guy, Daryl Hammond. You ever work with him?
Mm-mm.
Oh God, I wish.
He was the nicest. Like he gave me like the biggest compliment on one of the worst bits I ever wrote.
That's the best shit ever. Like the worst. Like you look back and you go, oh.
Yeah, like you ever wrote a bit and you hate it, but it always does well. And then like somebody that you respect goes, dude, that's a great bit. And in your head you're like, ugh, like no. So like I had this dumb bit it was right after 9/11. That's how long I've been doing fucking comedy. And I was one of the house MCs at the Improv, and I had this bit. This is I don't know if you remember Girls Gone Wild. They had the videos.
Yeah.
They would sell them on TV.
Of course.
So I was saying, man, these Girls Gone Wild videos are out of control now. I said, I saw one the other night. It was Taliban Girls Gone Wild, right? And it was like, well, watch these girls risk their life to show you their ankle. And I was like, acting like I'm pulling up my like burqa going, right? It was so stupid. And like it was so dumb. And then like we're in the green room like after the first show, and he goes, hey, can I ask you something? I go, yeah. And he goes, who wrote the Taliban Girls Gone Wild joke? And I got scared because I thought, oh shit, did somebody have like a parallel idea?
Yeah.
And maybe he thought I stole it. And I went, I wrote that. And he goes, dude, that is brilliant. And I went, what? Are you fucking with me, right? Like you being sarcastic? And he goes, nah, dude. He goes, you know how good of a sketch that would be on SNL? And I go, I know. I honestly hate that joke. And he's like, he's like, well, it's pretty topical. So the shelf life's not going to be there for long. And I go, good, because I hate it. Right.
Yeah.
Man, if he understood how long Afghanistan would keep that shit around.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Dude, I would have fucking, that would have been evergreen. But
12 years later.
so then like maybe a couple months later, I was opening for this other guy, and he ended up doing that joke like verbatim on Letterman like a week after we worked together. It was the most incredible.
Are you serious?
Yeah, somebody called me up and they're like, hey man, Joel Lindley just did your joke on Letterman. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Really? Because I drove that guy to Vero Beach to host for him, like on a Wednesday for Gary Minke before we did the weekend together. And he was kind of a piece of shit, but I didn't think he was that much of a piece of shit. Like, yeah, they said, yeah, he did your whole thing on Letterman. I go, okay, good. So, but here's the payoff. Nobody knows who he is now. Yeah. Where you at now, motherfucker? Yeah, you took my shit joke and fucked your life up.
And Johnny's getting free coffee in Port Charlotte from
lesbians and
from fucking Charlotte. Lesbian Puerto Rican girls, son. See where you're at.
Yeah. Every high school kid's dream.
Looks like we made it.
God, I love when Steve Miller does that.
I know. I didn't even think about that until you said it. He does do that. God damn it. See, I can't even fucking do.
That's a reference. It's but
I can't even do a fucking classic song reference because Steve Miller owns it. Fuck. It's horrible. It does suck when you have funny fat guys in the same market because we have a lot of the same experiences, so it's like you don't want to do the same jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there's
I get it.
Like there's another fat comic that's been doing like my opener. Oh, and it's not a joke. It's just I usually say I'm fat. Let's talk about it. And like he's been saying that now. And people are like, hey, he's saying your. I'm like,
hey, you want to fucking you want to jump
general?
Him? Let's jump him.
No,
fuck this guy. Blood in, blood out. Let's fuck this guy up.
Fat guy free for all.
So he's gay to be a hate crime.
No, he's bi. It'd only half be a hate crime.
I'm not gonna be laying. He'll be laying in a puddle of fucking donut glaze, wishing he'd never fucking.
Yeah, Davey, go throw hams.
Yeah.
Throw hams. You fat bitch. When I first started doing comedy, I was way fatter than I am now. Like way fatter, like if that's even imaginable. But I was like almost 500 pounds, right? And like my opening line was a crusher because this was back when like the Jared Fogle and Subway thing just like fired up. So my opening line, I would go up there and like my demeanor was completely different than it is now, where I'm just super aggressive. It was like kind of timid, and I would just sit there and for 20 seconds wouldn't even talk, and the laughter would build because you see this big fat piece of shit like just standing there looking scared. And then my opening line was, hi, I'm Jared from Subway, and the fucking place would go nuts. Like at that point I owned them. Like it was the easiest. That was my easiest time ever doing comedy. Like I never struggled. They were booking me all over the fucking place. I was working with fucking Mitch Hedberg and DL Hughley, all these people. And I've been doing comedy like 6 months because I had the easiest fucking fat jokes ever. It was fucking.
Do you regret losing the weight?
Well, I'm glad I'm here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be if I still weighed 500 pounds. You know what I mean? It was horrible, like fucking gross. Now I'm trying to get fat again. Now I'm trying to lose weight again. It's like, I want to be reasonably fat. I don't want to be like unreasonably fat. Like I want to be fat where people go, yeah, that guy's fat. But I don't want to be fat where people go, God damn, that guy's fat. You know, I don't want to scare toddlers at the mall fat. That's where I used to be. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want that. I don't want Asian people to fear that I'm going to tear through their city and knock buildings over. You know, I want to just be like somebody that goes, that you go to, like, for restaurant advice, that kind of fat.
Yeah.
I was like, speaking of that, where's the best place to get a good brisket?
Ooh, well, my house is one place.
Besides having to go to your house.
There's good brisket all over the place. The Tampa scene's so good for barbecue now. Like it's really ramped up. So depending on what side of town, I mean, if you're in St. Pete, Dr. Barbecue's got really good brisket, really good really good barbecue. That guy's one of the authorities in the world on barbecue, and he's my friend. I love Ray Lampe. Ray Lampe's the man. And then there's a place in South Tampa, another world champion pitmaster that people may not even know. The Deviled Pig. It's like right over kind of near Plant High School, like not quite the Gandy on Dale Mabry. She's won like 7 national titles. Just won the
Jesus.
She just won Food Network's Bobby Flay.
Wait, did you say she?
She's a she, and she's actually she's kind of hot too. Her name's Leanne Whippen is her name, and she's got like national titles. Like I said, her food so good, right?
Well,
so
the thing is, like, she's probably like a barbecue pit master 7.
Is she a pit
You know what I mean?
mistress?
No, she's a 9 for barbecue pit.
Okay,
master.
all right. She's like, yeah, because like most of them look like us, so it's like she shows up. She's like a real 6, and you're like, she's not that hot according to you, Matt. But like to us, it's like, ooh,
Pit boss hot.
and she can smoke a brisket.
Yeah,
Davies is going to be eating a pulled pork sandwich, getting it in.
Yeah.
I like a woman that knows how to handle her meat. But you know what's a shocker though? Over the last like year, Sonny's Barbecue has really good brisket. And
Oh yeah.
It's
No,
actually not bad. It's actually not bad.
But
I hate to admit it.
Not
Johnny.
bad. It's not
Johnny.
bad.
The one in Zephyr Hills is where it's at because they actually have the wood smoker.
Well, no, well, here's the thing. And I found out from Ray Lampe, Dr. Barbecue, we were just having a casual conversation. And he goes, he's from Chicago. He's so cute. Like he looks like Santa Claus, but he's like from Chicago. So he goes, I got to tell you, Johnny, Sonny's Barbecue, they got good fucking barbecue now. And I'm like, it's like McDonald's. He goes, a buddy of mine just took over as the head pit master. And I'm like, what? So they have like a real deal barbecue guy overseeing all the barbecue, all the quality control now. So after he told me that, I went through the one in Brandon and I got some brisket, and they were like, do you want the lean or the fat? And I'm like, oh shit, they know. Like a real barbecue place will ask you that, like, because you want the fatty brisket.
Yeah.
You don't want fucking lean? Who the fuck? Give me the blubber in my mouth tastes delicious. So I was like, yeah, give me the fatty. And then I got the fatty, and dude, it was really good. Another, like for a chain, I like Mission Barbecue for a chain. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so much barbecue. You go if you're over like Armenia and Bush, Jazzy's Barbecue over there is really fucking good. I mean, there's a lot of good barbecue.
How do you feel about what is it? 4 Rivers, I think it's called.
Good. It's good barbecue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's kind of like I don't know. There's a lot of bougie people to go in there because they kind of set up for like the upper middle class white folks. It seems, you know. But I don't care. I'll eat with the poorest or the richest people. I care about the food. I don't give a shit. Yeah. So
I like the brisket. I've always like brisket's always my go-to, but pulled pork, of course.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's all good, man. Ribs. You know what I mean? Like I've been cheating with my ribs lately. I've been cooking them. I've been cooking them in the Instant Pot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pressure cook them.
That's
right?
almost, you're one step from boiling them. How dare you?
Well, no,
This is when we report Johnny.
Here's how I
for all
cheat.
that other stuff.
No, here's how I cheat. I pressure cook them with the liquid. I just put a whole beer in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a good strong like lager, like a Yingling, right? And then I don't cook them all the way. I cook them about 60-70%. Then I finish them on the smoker with extra wood. Like I throw like a bunch of fucking hickory on there.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you eat them, you still get the smoke flavor, but they're so goddamn tender.
Yeah, and you don't have to smoke them as long either.
No,
so
it's like fucking you're done, like 45 minutes. And I did it because I was experimenting with what I called my adult McRib. This is about a year ago. So I wanted to be able to slide the bone right out. That's why I pressure cooked them, and I did. And then I built the McRib, but instead of like what they use, I used all like better ingredients. I used like a brioche bun, and I used like really, really nice like bourbon pickles that were like craft pickles that are so delicious. And then I used like good barbecue sauce and good onions, and it was fucking amazing, man.
But it still had like the bone marks, like it had the bone in there still.
It did, because it actually did have the bone in there, David.
Oh no, I thought you said you slid it out.
I did, but it had bone before that.
That's what I'm saying. But like the McRibs, like look, never mind.
Ribs just a picture of bones.
Yeah.
You know what? McRib's good though. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm not
I
that
like them.
bougie.
I like them too.
I'll eat one. The best way to eat a McRib, and I talked about this actually on air, I think last night. Order double meat, double pickle, extra sauce. And a lot of people don't know this. McDonald's, they don't give a fuck. They'll give you what you want usually, right? So that's almost like a secret menu item. Like you, and then every now and then you'll get pushback. They'll be like, we can't do that. And go, just charge me for 2, put everything on 1 bun. And they'll go, okay. And then they do it. It's so good. So much meat. Just,
Oh, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all
yeah,
day.
like you know what a McGangbang is, right?
Yeah, a
yeah.
McChicken and a McDouble together. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a Big Mac, but it's a chicken patty instead of the middle bread.
Oh
That's a
shit!
McGangbang.
I didn't even know what that. What?
Yeah, that's a McGangbang. That's a secret menu item.
You guys,
I thought,
you guys should have your own
'cause-
podcast just talking fat shit.
We could 100%. I actually have a food podcast. I haven't released one in like a month called Johnny Eats
just like-
Everything, and I
I'm
just
just like,
haven't.
hey Johnny, how do you feel about something? He'd be like,
Yeah.
let me tell you about that thing you just asked me about.
Yeah, I
And
guess
all
you,
the places to a
we need to start a
geographical
cooking show.
location.
We should start a
Yeah.
cooking show where Johnny just teaches me,
Yes,
like
how to be
like the new
fatter.
school fat guy. He's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, you young bucks don't know nothing about this. And he just,
Oh,
like,
here's what we
shows
call
me.
it, David. Here's what we call the podcast. You ain't fat. That's what we call it.
You ain't nothing.
Yeah. So people people send emails or they send voicemails about food questions, and you just open up everyone. Like somebody will go, yeah, Johnny. So I was thinking, like, what's the best way to prepare scrambled eggs? Should I put heavy cream in it or whole milk? And then you just start the answer with, man, first of all, you ain't fat. And then you give them the real advice, you know?
You gotta put the bacon in that motherfucker. You know, like, you gotta,
Everything starts with bacon, motherfucker. What are you talking
heavy
like,
milk.
A couple of weeks ago, my girl, like, we always have bacon on the weekends for breakfast. It's a no-brainer. You wake up, somebody's already cooking bacon. She goes, do you want me to cook some bacon? And I just stopped and looked at her like mad as fuck, right? Like she stepped on my foot in prison. Like I was like, looked at her and I said, are you trying to get hit in this motherfucker today? She's like, all right, I'll make some bacon. I go, who the fuck are you? What the? We've been together 6.5 years, woman. Yeah, it got weird. I started like filing down a toothbrush. I didn't know what the fuck was happening in my house. It was weird.
You just turn into Wayne Brady from Chicago. Am I gonna have to choke a bit? No.
This is where shit went fucking south.
isn't the bacon just implied at this point?
Yeah, dude, just always make bacon. Don't fuck with me. Like same thing when I'm at a restaurant and I order a burger and they're like, you want to add bacon to that? And I'm like, well, why are we talking right now? Why aren't you in the kitchen? Get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck yes.
That time you spent talking to me, you could have been making bacon.
It's 75 cents. Do I look poor to you? Get my fucking bacon. God damn it.
At the very least, it's just to make the house smell good. You know what I mean?
Oh, I remember I had that conversation before too, because my
bacon
brother,
potpourri.
my brother bought me a bacon candle. He's like, hey, look what I bought you. It makes your house smell like bacon. I'm like, you paid $15 for that. For $4, I'll go to Walmart and get a pound of bacon and make my house smell like bacon. You fucking idiot. And then
I'll get to eat too.
I'll eat it.
Instead of having a cock tease of bacon.
You could use the grease from that, put it back into an Air Wick, and plug it back in.
Ooh, you're dirty as fuck, dude. I didn't even think about that. Candle warmers?
Dude,
Hell
homemade
yeah.
Air Wicks? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
An Air Wick
Use
of
the-
bacon grease. Jesus Christ.
Johnny
Yeah,
got
but
new
you'll
merch.
have-
Johnny
you'll
got
have the
new merch.
residual.
Everybody in the house has acne and they don't know why. They're like, what the fuck is going on?
They're like, if my heart hurts when I breathe, Johnny.
The dog just barks blood.
The neighbors are gaining weight. They have no idea what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's
like,
a
what?
rendering plant next door.
Goddamn bacon Chernobyl in my fucking subdivision. Oh,
Why is the air so thick in your house? It's
My-
swatting through it.
My Glade has a plug-in. It's OSCAR.
oh no. Oh, this is great. Oh man.
Yeah, that really needs to be a T-shirt. Have like an Air Wick and like a strip of bacon across it.
Hey, thanks for my new bit that I'm using tonight, guys. That's all. 100% being used tonight. Holy shit, I'm writing that down. That is
I'll probably be there too, so I'm down to see
hell
it.
yeah, girl. Fuck yeah. I like it when you show up because if the room's empty, it doesn't look like it. Oh man. Are anybody following like CDC guidelines anymore? Because I've done some shows where it's like 100% capacity. I'm like, this is
Yep.
cool. I was like,
Yeah, they don't really care. Like they'll have signs that say mask required, but then like no one's wearing masks in there.
no.
Because like people treat the alcohol as like the hall pass for the mask. They're like, I have my drink, so I don't have to have my mask on.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you see the Dolphins? They had to like change their policy in their stadium because people were buying popcorn just so they could pull their mask off, and like the whole time they were just popping. So they stopped selling popcorn because they said people were using it as a loophole.
They did that at Disney. Like the same thing was happening. That like if you had a drink or something in your hand, you could have your mask off. And now then they're like, you have to be like sitting down with it or something like that now for it to be okay.
Does Disney cops come and hassle you?
They're like, sir.
Mascots. Yeah. Hey. It looks like you're being a bad boy. Somebody's spreading the virus. Fucking
what should we do, Mickey?
You're being bad. Fucking idiot. Pin you down, start fucking. They start strapping $40 stuffed animals to your face.
The castle's got a basement. Gorsh.
There's 7 naked men down there.
I think they should outlaw
Donald's the gimp.
They should outlaw grown-ups at Walt Disney without kids, because that's just stop. All right, like how annoying is that when you see like 2 grown people are like, we have Disney passes, we love it, like get the fuck out of here. It's for children, you grown fucking weirdo, stop it.
Matt, this is your intervention.
See, but look, it's probably some girl that made him do it, right? Because it's always some broad, right? It's like pushing the narrative. It's like, I like Disney. We need to go all the time. I love it. They have a collection of fucking ear hats. I got a whole room full of them. Like, I got one. It's hearts. I got one. You're fucking 30, Diane. Fucking stop it.
No, it's
the one of Figment. He's the only one that's born in the park.
It's his sugar daddy roommate takes him.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's
so it's pretty sweet. No, I was there when they were open up for.
You got your own specific week, I've heard, at Disney Park. I heard.
Yeah, Daddy-daughter week.
The gay pride week. That's fine. Oh. Yeah. I always like it when they have the gay week at Disney, because I always try to get like my most redneck friends to go and don't call me. Dude, they're doing like some sort of buy 1 day get 3 day pass at Disney this week. You should take the family, knowing it's gonna fuck their whole experience up.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the buy.
One of my friends said that the Country Bear Jamboree is like impossible to get into because it's wall-to-wall bears. Wall-to-wall Johnny B's and Davy Wayne's.
Oh my God. I know the first time I heard that term, was in a situation where I was being hit on at a bar that, was predominantly gay, So I was out of town, and it was like after a gig, and it was like, yeah, man, there's this really cool bar across the street, has $1 top shelf drinks. I'm like, cool, let's go. Like, only thing, it's a gay bar. I go, I don't care, man. I don't have anything against gay people. I'll drink with everybody. It's cool. And so I'm over there drinking, and this guy, sits down, a couple of friends, and they're like near us, and he's like, hey, you're a bear. I was like, no, I'm a Bucks fan. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, not a bear.
Right.
And then my buddy's like, no, bear means like a hairy fat guy. And I go, okay, well, yes, I am. I am a bear. Thank you. And I didn't realize I was like basically flirting back at that point. I was like, I am. Let's fuck. But
where do we go from here?
Yeah. So I mean, they were really nice once I told them, that I was scared of ding dong and I was just in town doing comedy. I was like, look, you guys are cool, but man, I'm intimidated by my own dick. I don't want to mess with anybody else's. And can we just have drinks together and I'll be like your straight friend? And they're like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm like,
They did that classic thing where they're like, oh my God, what you do is so brave. And you're like, what you do is so brave. Yeah. I could never do what you do.
I do what nature tells me to do. You're like, fuck nature, and you do whatever you want. That's badass. Yeah. Although if you talk to my dogs, they don't care. They're completely gay. It's fine. What movie? I saw a movie recently. What was it? What movie was it where he's like, everybody's gay once in a while? What's that movie from? Oh man, it's a great line. Damn it. It's a classic movie. Anyway, I digress.
Everybody's gay once in a while?
Yeah, what is that from? It's from a movie. You know
He's
it.
gonna Google.
Damn it.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Thank
Tropic
you.
Thunder,
Ah,
yeah.
what a great movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was Jack Black
What
flying.
was it?
Yeah.
Al Pacino saying it,
Yeah.
or was that
No, it was Jack Black yelled it. Yeah, come on, everybody's gay once in a while. I think that was him.
right when he was like coming off of heroin or whatever?
When he's
Yeah.
tied up, yeah, he's
He has
like
jelly
"I'll
beans.
He's like, "What's that? Work the shaft, I'll swallow the gravy," and all that
It's a
shit.
good
Yeah.
movie, man. That's one of those movies that's so underrated. Like it just doesn't get the love it deserves. You know, like
Yeah.
like Meet the Millers. I think is one of the funniest movies that's made like in our generation, your generation. But and I talk to people about it and they go, it was all right. I go, are you fucking kidding? That movie's just fucking chocked with fucking moments. Like it's so funny the whole way through. Like, how do you not like that movie? Like, oh, I'm not a big Jennifer Aniston fan. Okay, you like dudes, so what? Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I like the Patton Oswalt synopsis of any Jennifer Aniston movies. Like, Jennifer Aniston's gonna try to fuck. Will she fuck? Probably.
that's good. I like that.
Tune in for another $20 million movie.
It's true.
Speaking of, you guys want to do plugs? We're getting a little over on time.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm trying to make you spend more money on Zoom. Come on. I need that premium package, baby. Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that. I'll do mine first.
Yep.
You can email the show. It's ftsjohnnyb@gmail.com. Twitter @JohnnyB and Instagram Johnny B Tampa. Come get me. It's fun.
Yay. Get Johnny.
You got any shows? Like upcoming shows? Or?
Oh yeah, man. JohnnyBcomedy.com has my schedule. I just booked probably 5 or 6 more shows coming up. So all in and around the Tampa Bay area. I'll be in Winter Haven and Bradenton. I'll be all over the place. So I'll be New Year's Eve, Bradenton Motorworks. That's 3 years in a row doing New Year's Eve there. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll be doing it. It'll be fun. Come have fun with me. JohnnyBcomedy.com.
Nice. As of right now, December 12th, I have a meeting with my psychiatrist.
Aww.
And that's it. That's all I got.
I like how you call your dietitian a psychiatrist.
I mean, they're kind of the same because they prescribe Adderall and I don't eat at all. So it's very close.
It's like, Jonathan, David. Okay, Mr. Jonathan David.
Have you tried methamphetamines yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They work really well. You do
should
not get hungry at all.
Matt Williams, how can everybody find you?
With these guys every Sunday. We release our episodes every Wednesday, trying to get the topical depressions out on Tuesday.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah, ish. Whenever we crank those out.
Oh,
But,
sorry. I didn't realize we were doing...
I only do pop-in sets now. Like I think I'm getting booked just as much doing pop-in sets as I was doing regular.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Like, are you writing? Are you working anything? What are you doing?
I went back to school. I'm in Ocala, going back to school, so that
okay.
I can afford to live.
No, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, cool. Because I want to see you on stage, man. You're funny. I like your comedy. It's good.
Thanks, man.
I don't say that to a lot of people.
I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're one of the few that said anything positive, so I appreciate that.
Many pricks in this business, man.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's the thing. If you suck, Johnny would tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the good things. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this interview.
Oh, yeah,
I won't always like say it straight to your face, but like I'll just won't talk to you. That's what I do with bad comics. I just avoid them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard the horror stories of like you at the improv. Rick flaring and shit when people are bombing like horribly. They're just like, woo! Like just yelling.
Let me explain myself. Okay, so
the coconuts video is legendary too.
Oh yeah, the coconuts video is hilarious.
Dude,
yeah.
I still get money every month from that. It's crazy. But yeah, it's got like 2.5 million views or something. But well, at the improv, it would be like me and like some of the elder statesmen and women, and we'd be in the back of the room drinking for free. And I would only be shitty to people that went up there with like this cocky attitude, like they're gonna own the room. And then when they start eating a dick, that's so gratifying to me. I like watching my friends bomb too. Don't get me wrong. One of you guys go on stage and eat it, That's so enjoyable. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I would want you to feel the same way if I'm up there eating a dick too. Like, I'd want you guys to be like, look at Johnny, he's fucking killing himself. This guy is having the worst set ever. We love it when our friends are in pain, right? So like at the Improv, it was just my thing. Like I would enjoy these assholes. Like you'd see this guy show up and he would have 20 people from his office, you know, because he's the funniest guy in his cubicle. And you would see this attitude. He's got his fucking Seinfeld blazer on, you know, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there and fucking crush this. You're gonna then he gets up there and just fucking crickets, except for me in the back of the room, laughing hysterically and just yelling stuff out like, you got him, man, keep it up, buddy, yeah. I got like fucking Tony God going, come on, bro. Come on, man. Go easy, man. You're killing this guy's dream before he gets started. I'm like, fucking Tony, I'm 20 beers in. Yeah.
Not his dream. He just, someone said that he should do it at work, like you said, and then he brings everyone out and he gets the, what do you say, Matt? He gets the Facebook photo and then you never see him again. You never see him again.
Because it was his bucket. It was his bucket list
behind him, or the side splitters behind him.
Yep.
It was his bucket list so he can actually kill himself the next day. He's like, I did it.
I hope. Everybody thinks that they can do everything. That's the problem. Like we live in this this society of everybody tells everybody you can do whatever you want to do, but you can't, motherfucker. You can't. Stop telling your kids that they can do whatever they want to do because they can't. They're very limited. Most of them very limited. So it's like everybody thinks they can be on American Idol. Everybody can sing. Everybody thinks they can fucking be stand-up comics. Everybody thinks they're an actor or an actress. No, you're not. You suck. Like fucking only certain people can do certain things, but everybody thinks they can fucking do everything. Everybody thinks now with the Food Network, everybody's a goddamn executive chef. Like you can go online, you can go on Amazon and buy a chef jacket. Now you're a chef. Fuck you. Your food sucks. Fucking people need to stay in their fucking lane. And that's the same thing with comedy, man. People are like, well,
stop growing, stop branching out.
Fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're a sandwich artist, Don. Keep doing that, piece of shit. Move up the firehouse.
Generation of trailer park trash. You're not turning it around. All right. YouTube, you're not a YouTube chef. Like, stop it.
I like that when somebody will get a guest set and just completely dick, like when I'm headlining a show, because I can't let that slide, right? Like you brought my crowd down. They came to see me, and now you just made them sad for fucking 5 minutes. Now I have to bring them back, right?
I gotta clean this shit up.
Yeah. Now I gotta.
You made them sad. Yeah.
I gotta heal those wounds before I get into my shit now. So I'm gonna do it by shitting on you for a minute, right? So when that happens, oh man, like I say stuff like, look, man, like comedy's not for everybody. And you saw that tonight, guys, right? And just I'll get them, like, you know, just fucking, or don't fuck around and forget my name when you're bringing me up. That's happened to me twice. Like,
I did it to John Jacobs.
You forgot his name and you were roommates.
Yeah, that was the first thing he said. Like, I was like, it's gonna. And I finally got it, and he was like walking up, like shaking his head, just going, "You motherfucker!" Then the first thing out of his mouth, he was like, "He lives with me."
Yeah. About I'd say almost 10 years ago, I'm over, and I know we got to wrap this up, but I'm over in like on the East Coast, and Preacher Lawson was featuring for me. That's how long ago it was. Now this guy is a superstar, right?
Yeah.
Who?
The MC,
you see what can happen if you work with Johnny?
Dude, I launched careers, no doubt. Yeah. So Kevin Hart used to MC for me. Anyway, that part's not true, but the guy that was emceeing was he was an actor at the religious theme park in Orlando. Remember that place?
Oh yeah.
Holy Land Experience.
The guy's up there doing the corniest. He's in like a fucking suit with a bow tie, and he's doing the corniest jokes and stuff. So then when he goes to bring me up after Preacher's set, you could tell he's stretching because he forgot. I'm like, hey, are you guys ready for your headliner? And the crowd's clapping. Good crowd. He was like, yeah, you're going to love this guy, man. He's awesome. He is awesome. He's, man, he's good. He's good. He's good. And I'm standing off to the side. I'm like, oh no. Right. And then he's still stretching. And I just yelled from the side of the stage, you fucking forgot my name, didn't you? The crowd starts laughing. He's like, no, I didn't forget your name. I go, you're a piece of shit. Tell him you're a piece of shit and get off my stage. He's like, all right, guys, I'm a piece of shit. Have a great night. And he just walks off. And then I laid into him for like 5 straight minutes. Oh, it was great. It was great. So, fucking piece of shit.
So
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my plugs real quick.
Oh yeah, Steven's here.
Yeah, I exist. The only things I really want to promote is Thursday.
Holy shit, did you cut your hair?
A while ago.
Wow.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay, lost a bet.
So December 10th,
Well,
I'll be
somebody pulled it off.
You shut up, Matt. I'm gonna go full Davey on you. December 10th, I'm gonna be at the Super Good Story show that Cam's doing at Side Splitters.
Oh yeah.
And December 11th, the No Shame show at Spitfire. And then please, everyone, get your tickets now for January 24th, the Wheel of Torture show at Side Splitters. David Lane's going to be on it.
Christmas Eve?
January 24th.
That's what I said. All right,
it's Chinese Christmas Eve.
January 24th. Oh, that sounds fun, bud. Well, I look forward to when I'm able to like have people inside of a studio again to have you guys back in. It's always fun to have you guys on the show and all that shit. In the meantime, let's get together soon, man. Do some shows together or something. Would you like that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good. All
Everybody
right. Well, thanks for having me on, guys, and thanks for coming on my podcast. This is great.
All right. How Die Alone and FTS.
See you,
Bye,
Johnny.
everybody.
Later, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down there. Also hit that notification bell so you can get updated when we put out new content every week. Every Tuesday, Topical Depression. Every Wednesday, the podcast comes out. Audio is available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Spotify. Or you can watch another one of these videos. Maybe this one here. Thank you for watching.